Hello everyone, this is Jonah from White River Rails, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to another model railroading video. In this video I wanted to share with you guys a recent project I finished, which is the CSX SD70 Mac with flared radiators. And I'm going to be kind of doing this with a lot of my custom engines I make, just kind of show them off to you guys. And I'll probably start the videos off with pictures of the locomotive out in the sun. I find using pictures in the sun is probably the best way to accurately capture the colors, weathering, and all of that, as anything under artificial light just shifts the colors of the locomotive to something completely different on camera. This is an engine I've been wanting for quite a while, but nobody really makes the right version. Athearn just makes the smooth side older style without the flared radiators. So I thought I decided to just go ahead and make my own. And the base model I used is an Athearn Genesis SD70 Mac, and then I replaced the rear section with a Pacific Northwest Resins radiator section part, which is basically just a resin mold. I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an overview of it here. And this particular one is CSX 4728. I saw this one a few years ago on the back of a grain train. And I've tried to weather it and fade it as close as I can to the prototype. Some of the other things I've done to it is swap the headlight for the kind of extended style CSX used on these. I'm not exactly sure the reasoning behind it. You can kind of see how it bulges out right there. I've custom painted the model myself, as I had to go ahead and repaint it after putting in all the new parts on it. And that made it a little bit easier to weather it because I could go ahead and paint it with some already kind of pre-faded looking paint. So that would make the acrylic wash paint correction method a little bit easier in the end. And I used mostly Bright Future decals for decaling this unit. I just had to print my own side numbers on the side of the cab and number boards, but everything else is from Bright Future decals. And I highly recommend them for any CSX decals. They definitely make the most accurate ones to date. And right about here is where I made the cut in the shell to adapt the radiator, and it sits on top of the original frame and walkway. And then this piece right here was another one I also had to add to the shell. And with all the Macs I own, I go ahead and replace the old Athearn windows with some more rounded Kato SD70 Mac windows, and that just makes it look a lot more realistic. And then I'll just putty in the little gaps that would be there left over after the Kato windows are all in. And I've put new LED lights. And I've got one of the newer ESU V5 direct decoders with the power pack built in this unit, and those are some of my favorite decoders ESU has made. They make the performance really nice on the engines with that extra power pack. Another thing I've done is add cab trash inside the cab. That's one of my favorite things to do with most of the locomotives I own. Makes them look a little bit more realistic, especially when you're looking at them from up above, as most engines have this leftover paperwork and other junk up in the windows from the previous crews. In the PTC equipment up on the roof, most of it's original from Athearn. I just had to move the two bars here closer together in the middle, since this unit had them more in the middle rather than some of the other units had them more on to the outer sides of the cab roof. I thought I'd show you guys the lights and a couple of the sounds. I've got a custom horn in this that came from the real one. Here's the headlight and the ditch lights. And I also added some truck lights down here on both sides. And here's the rear light. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the prime mover and I'll show you guys the horn. Well, that's about all there is to share with you guys about this locomotive. I'll be making more videos like this in the future. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed, and I will see you next time.